Hey everybody, I'm Josh from CollectionDX.com here with another review. This is exciting. This is the Bandai Tamashii 12 p.m. C-3PO Chogokin. It's going to be also distributed by Sideshow Collectibles. So, if you look at the box for a minute, it's got a nice print on the front. On the side, you have a nice little Sideshow logo. All this is metallic gold in the embossing, and a little Chogokin logo at the bottom. You have the aforementioned all the brands, everyone who approved of this little venture at the bottom. Tamashii, the 12 p.m. line, the Chogokin line, the Sideshow line, the Lucasfilm logo. Same thing on kind of the other side. You get just a different tone to the color. On the bottom, you just have your manufacturing information as usual. So, inside, of course, this is a slipcase. So, obviously, once again, you have art from the inside. A nice little cloth tab. And there he is, the golden god himself, C-3PO. Let's check this bad boy out. Out of the box, 3PO requires no assembly. He just comes out. You will have to pull a little, I've already done this, but to activate the electronics, you'll have to pull a little clear tab out of the back under the lid, but we'll go over that in a second. Alright, so C-3PO. This is the die-cast 12-inch tall Chogokin C-3PO. Comes with a nice little book and tells you a little bit about the development of the C-3PO character. Talks about the how the costume was created. Talks about the original sculptor, Liz Moore, who sculpted the original one. And this talks a bit about the decision to make a Chogokin version. So basically, this was done under the stewardship of Seiji Takahashi, who is Japan's foremost Star Wars scholar. Everything in this figure has been recreated down to the tiniest detail, and their mission with the Chogokin release was to create the world's most accurate portrayal of C-3PO as a fully posable action figures. And many of these features represent the first time they've ever been included in an action figure. So let's look at some of these details. You go, well, what's the big deal? I mean, this thing is awfully expensive. Well, let's check some of this stuff out here, okay? Let's, for example, take the arms. Allow me to focus in here. Each one of these arms rotates, all the places it needs to, first of all. So, there is a click here. It's very quiet. Okay, then this is on a ball joint. Now, pay careful attention to the pistons. You'll notice that the pistons here are fully articulated. Not only do the pistons go in and out, but they slide up and down the arms. That I don't think has ever been done before. And look at the, let me focus in here a little bit better, guys. Sorry, kind of doing this on the fly. That's pretty remarkable. And all while maintaining a full range of motion. Just look at the level of detail on this. Every little thing has been captured. look at the neck here for a minute. I mean, look at that detail. You've got the little points that stick out that you almost never see. You get the little neck hinges. The head, of course, is stupid posable. I mean, it's all over the place. Really nice. And of course, you can take the back of the head off, turn the switch on, and there you go. He's all lit up like a proper protocol droid should be. And he's fluid in over 6 billion forms of communication. So yeah, that's kind of neat. But that's not all, okay? That is not all. I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, as I'm sure many of you are, so I appreciate the attention to detail here. Let's go down here to the waist, okay? So, if you'll notice, a full double waist joint, but get this, all of these cables are individual. It's not like a molded piece. Like, this is, each one of those is an individually placed cable. Let's see if I can get this thing to rotate again for me. Look at that. That is astounding. That every single cable is a unique piece. It actually has a warning in here. In the back of the book, what does it say? Do not pick or pull at the wires in the stomach as they will break. So yes, don't pull or pick on the wires, because we don't want that to break. So, sexy enough? I don't know, you don't usually attribute sexy to C-3PO. He's kind of like this dorky androgynous robot, but let's look at some more stuff here to check out. The legs do have movement, but it's limited. So, I mean, they're designed, obviously, with the constraints that the original 3PO had. So, I mean, it's really only going to do so much. C-3PO was never an action robot, but, you know, there is a fair amount of movement in there. Enough to do what 3PO does. Now, as we go down a little bit more, you get to see the knees. Alright, so all of these pieces are metal. Okay, everything here is metal. When I say everything is metal, I mean everything is metal. Pretty cool, right? Now, did you know, this is something that I didn't even know, and I am a Star Wars nerd, that C-3PO's legs aren't symmetrical? Meaning that, you know, not only is the color a bit different between each leg, but the molding on each is actually different. Well, Bandai noticed, and the right calf features different asymmetrical mold lines from the left. So that's pretty crazy. That does that. I mean, that is a nutty attention to detail. And it's something that even I, as a huge nerd, never noticed. So, you can also see the feet are different between each foot. There is, of course, limited foot movement, but once again, we're replicating the costume here and not a idealized action figure-y world of C-3PO. So, you know, it does have its limits, but it still manages to look every way like 3PO should look. See, there are a couple of accessories. I don't know if you remember C-3PO's restraining bolt, but look at that. Actually, it's more like You got to find the right spot on his chest to put it on. I had it right the first time. More like, come on, you. There you go. So he's got his restraining bolt held on by a magnet, which is kind of cool. And he also comes with his comm link, which he comes with special hands to grab. So let's look at those hands now for a moment. So yeah, these are the extra hands he's got. He's got two that are more open and two that are more closed. It's also worth checking out the detail on these hands. They have the individual points at the ends. They have the detailing on the underside, which you never see that black detailing, because really it was a glove, you know. The hands just pop right off, nice and simple, and pop right back on. And with that, you can put in the comm link in his hand. How exciting. Oh dear, Master Luke. That looks great. I mean, that is an amazing looking C-3PO. But wait, there's more. So also included is a stand. Very nice stand, actually, that replicates the Tantive 5, or whatever the name of the ship is, that they were on in the very beginning of A New Hope. There's a bar that securely holds onto the figure. It's actually a really, really nice, solid, supported stand, which, you know, sometimes stands from companies are iffy. You know, this one's designed for this figure, and it really, really secures it really nicely. And while that's rotating, I just want to show you one other little thing that just shows the attention to detail that's come with this set. Is see this little thing, this little hook-looking thing. This is an included tool to help you pop out the batteries in the head. Kind of neat, right? Just a little like, oh, hey, you know, we know this is a pain in the ass, so we'll do that for you. So that's the figure. There's one other bonus thing I wanted to show you, and this is maybe like an Easter egg, you might say. Okay, is that according to the directions, all the limbs are removable. Look at that. They are. Look at that. Interesting. So you can actually take him apart into all of his assorted components. Now, those of you who've watched the movies know that in Empire, 3PO gets blasted apart. So maybe this is a cool little nod to that scene. But it also allows you to just kind of experiment and show what is going on with this figure a little bit more. When I say that this is all metal, like, dude, it's all freaking metal, okay? Like, this thing's got to be like 80% die cast. It is so, I mean, the whole head is just a solid, I mean, not that I want to make it scratched up, but, hear that? That is nice and metallic. These joints, I mean, look at that. It's all metal. Unfortunately, the joints are all keyed a certain way, so there's no making wacky combinations out of it. But yeah, it's awesome. So now we talk about the elephant in the room, and that is the price. C-3PO here, in all his die-cast glory, costs a whopping $399. That is a lot of money. Now, with that being said, I've paid more for less. I mean, I've paid, close to $500 for the Max Chogokin Big O. I forget, just like it's all relative, But here's the thing with the C-3PO. This is as close as you're going to get to a museum quality replica of this character, done in almost entirely die-cast metal, with a level of detail and attention that has never been done before. I mean, it is kind of insane. I mean, you just have to pick this up, and you're like, damn, that is heavy. I've had people pick this up being like, what's the big deal? And they pick it up and they're like, oh my God, what is this thing made out of? It is, the metal is something else. It really is. And the finish is phenomenal. Just everything is just, you just want to touch it. I know it's kind of perverted, I think, but it really is a remarkable engineering, remarkable piece that, Bandai, it deserves to be part of their Chogokin line, although it isn't like a Japanese robot. So, and if you get this at like Sideshow, you can totally like put it on a payment plan and pay like $80 a month or something like that. But the thing is, no C-3PO is complete without an R2. Well, they're not going to make an R2 if not enough people buy the C-3PO. So, if you want, I mean, this is a great piece on its own. But imagine 1/6 scale, die-cast cylinder that has all the gadgets and gizmos and the chrome head and all the little things, and two of them together is going to be ridiculous. So that's my pitch. I mean, I think it's really cool. If you've got the money and you're a Star Wars fan, it's not like there's going to be a lot of these hanging around going on clearance. I don't think there will be. This is like something that doesn't come across the plate awesome. I mean, let's give you an idea of the weight here. Hold on. Hear that, man? That's heavy. People are cringing right now, but it's all metal, dude. Oh, I can't get up because I'm C-3PO. But yeah, you get the gist. I don't know much more I can say about it besides the fact that if you haven't ordered one already, you can go to Sideshow Collectibles. You can go through your various toy importers. I mean, it's available for order any place Tamashii products are sold. And I think you should give it a shot. If you, like I said, if you love die-cast metal and you love Star Wars, it's like peanut butter and chocolate. Like, just you got your die-cast in my Star Wars, you got your Star Wars in my die-cast, and it's kind of a match made in heaven. So yeah. Anywho, this has been the Bandai Tamashii Nations Chogokin 12 p.m., which means perfect model, C-3PO. And it's a really, really cool piece that I think you'll like a lot. So you should get one. See you next time.